Greetings, Take on Mars viewers. I am in the process of now, finally, I guess, starting missions to get research, and I will show you what my plans are, and a bit on how the robotics missions work, and how I plan to get into my own manned mission scenario, which I'm actually designing, but it's going to be quite realistic because it uses quite a few different systems to create chemicals and recycle waste and actually create waste. So my research mod does quite a few things, and there are a few other mods that people have made that I like very much that seem to add a little bit of necessity to the game as far as the game itself, which for me, I call it a simulator because um, it's, if you get them 2 3 weeks or a month or 2 months into a mission and something happens, you die, you kind of have to start all over again because it defeats the purpose. And there are things that can happen. So right now we've launched one probe to Lyot Crater on Mars, and I was in the process of signing up over here, and I just want to get this taken care of here. So, for example, there is a mission control room, and if you hit the backspace, there's keybinds. So you have to kind of know your keybinds a little bit in the game. So if you hit backspace, you can get back to the control room, which I was like half an hour ago, I couldn't figure out how to get back, and then I remembered, oh, mission control room. And then I remembered some of the other key presses, so that's kind of what we're going to look at once I get to make sure that my stream is going here. And so we'll put down so again, we've launched a probe, and first if you hit the O key, we can look at our objectives. And I can't seem to move the mouse for some reason. Oh, I can right click on that and move the mouse and scroll. So there's quite a few different things. The more advanced you get, I guess the more advanced objectives are down at the bottom here. Our main concern is to be able to study the chemical composition and get into our research game. We can do probably many other things on here which we may or may not do, I don't know. But right now we want to make some money, we want to research different things. So like if we wanted to look at now some of these are more advanced, like polar caps, you want to have good instruments. Let's see here, composition of Martian soil, for example. If you click on that, you get some information, and it tells you the instruments that you need to have to do that, which we don't have some of these. Potential resource gathering, you've got to have soil analysis probe, alpha particle X-ray spectrometer, soil scoop. There's two soil items, the color camera and the APX-S are pretty important for things to do. There's planetary history, kind of the same idea. So I'm sort of looking at the upcoming objectives. Now that's a little bit more complicated. You've got to have a drill system, a chemistry laser there. Levels of radiation. You have to have the radiation assessment detector. Let's see what it says down here. See, there's a whole lot of stuff here. dynamic albedo. That's Demos. So there's quite a few things down there. Basic mapping, no additional equipment. Terrain mapping, no additional equipment. Martian atmosphere. There's what's called the environmental monitoring system, and then there's the system that environmental access system, I think, to collect gas samples and that sort of thing. You do sort of have to be within the zone in order for that to work, and the probes, if the probe lands outside of the zone, you might lose a probe, you won't be able to do a mission. Martian climate, environmental monitoring station, that's the EMS. And in the game there's an EMS, EAS lander, I think, which does not have the EMS installed. They put in an extra camera or something. I may try to fix that. So here, color camera radiation assessment detector. That's only one. So we could get quite a few objectives done if we had that one particular instrument. If we look at our check tree, and we go down the list, we see that I already have the environmental analysis station, and I've done the research that's required to get that. The next one might be a radiation assessment detector. I don't really know yet. Well, that already has one research done. This is only 125k. It's 175. It's kind of expensive. We might want to do a little bit more research before we get into that. I noticed that the AP X-ray spectrometer came up quite a bit. Basically, it's better to use the map at the station and look at the different areas. Go visit the different areas, do the simple ones first, and then I think there might be a way to reuse the same lander, which I didn't really know about when I first started playing the game simulator. So let's go ahead and see. We just landed here. If we hit the C key and have it so that the mouse can move around, you have to kind of keep hitting the right mouse key to move things and to select different instruments and that sort of thing. Now it says the EAS is all ready to capture. That means that we're in a target zone, evidently. Or it doesn't matter. It can capture gas anywhere, and if that's part of the mission, well, it says that there's no mission assigned. So if I look at map here, we're right on top of the mission thing here, and it's actually gone. So that means we've already completed the mission, believe it or not. All that was an explorer. So we don't really need to capture any gas. And the notification, we already completed. We got 150,000, so we don't have to do anything. And we can't really shut this down. If we look at the power, it just kind of consumes power, and eventually it's going to die. But there's some interesting things we can do. Maybe there are other missions here, but we can't access them. There's a lot of opportunity here, but we can't get to them. Unless if we were to use a lander, but there's no way to get over there because we can't assign a mission to get into that area. And even if we could, if we used a lander, none of the other areas seem to show up on the map. The only ones that show up are these ones that are listed here. So you're kind of stuck with that, so you have to kind of go with what's there, I guess. Now see, if you hit the backspace key, it'll go right back to the lab. So that's just another Explorer. Last edited vehicle. We'll just go ahead and... You can zoom in and... If you right click, you move things around, but you don't want to really get too far away from the center there. You might not land in an Explorer area. That's... If we use the same lander or probe, we don't have to spend any more money buying a new one. Well, actually, come to think of it, we had like 1,700 or something, and we did. See, we got 10,000. Is this thing still falling? Yeah, it's almost landed here. And as it came down, it already grabbed, I guess, a couple of major tasks. We got another 300,000, and this thing continues to roll. So there's nothing else that we need to do, I believe, so we can just go right back. We might want to save some missions. Let's go to Victoria Crater. That's just an Explorer. I think we can just use a basic probe. That's only 50,000. I think it... See, we're at 1787. most of that stuff's near the crater over there. We were kind of off the beaten path here. But I think that's where that location was on the map anyway. We got our notification. Major tasks are complete. There's no mission assigned. Back we go. So we're making some money slowly but surely here. Mission details, explore, basic probe. So the maps are kind of laid out in a large flat area. Well, not flat, but a square area. However, it would take you a long time to walk this map from end to end. Your character's pretty small, and like it would just take a while. Sometimes things break. So we got credit for that mission. I wanted to look at the mission status before this thing lands. Maybe we can do it on the next one. Now see, if I had a lander, I could grab a mission. Actually, well, yeah, I could grab a mission, assign the vehicle, and then manually fly over there. But that's actually quite a long distance. It would make a lot more sense to have the lander be able to fly over to these areas. I mean, these areas could be set up for well, I don't know actually. They could be set up for different missions. I don't know how to access those yet. So we've got 2,000. Let's take a look at our objectives and see how we're doing here. We probably should be doing, well, there's no atmospheric research to do in those areas, but in order to advance, if I wanted to do, say, this one here, I would need, to do any of the photo, you've got to be able to move your camera. And I don't know exactly how you do it. I think some of the landers have maneuverable, some of the landers have a camera that you can move. We could look at that if we went into an editor. You know, we'd learn more about the camera and that sort of thing. But if you go down there with a probe and you've got these pictures, you can't maneuver the camera around to take all of the photos, so you lose very valuable mission money by trying to do that. We'll do another one here. Oh yeah. There's our mission. Survey the area, and that's it. So we've got our notification. If you click that again, you know, it's just a basic probe. There's no instruments on there. We get all that done. So I'm wondering, that's for a rover. Advanced lander chassis. Those are all optics. Six-wheel control interface, advanced lander navigation. Velocity auto correction software. It gets down to spectral analysis equipment, communication. This one's being researched. Small rover. It says we can actually use a rover here. I guess you can land a rover on there to do those other tests. So if we landed a rover on one of those areas and then do some other experiments, but we'd have to use a rover, you've got to have, you'd want to have a fair amount of basic equipment to do different tests, the active tests. The solar cell. There's solar cells for the rovers, solar cells for the landers. There's a thermal generator, which is pretty cool, I guess, because you don't have to use solar power. That costs a bit of money. That's 200K. Then you've got to research this here, and so we're already researching for solar arrays. If we look at a small lander, I'm wondering if it's, it's good to get ourselves right up to the point where we've got a rover, a small rover, because that way we could do a lot of experiments in that area, and then I believe we would get a lot more money. So it looks like that's sort of what I'm doing here. I had run some other what's the next one here? What is this? This is for your solar arrays for the large lander and rovers solar array. Wait a minute, is that? Oh, that's the solar array for the rover, small rover. It would be nice if we could get... Oh, see, that's pretty expensive right there. Carbon steel. Low-range communications. 6-wheel interface. We might be able to get into this rover. That's 250, that's 300, that's 650. That's 1900. That's like almost all of our money. So that's about 2,000 to get into a rover. So if we made a little bit more money, we could probably jump right into the rover. I don't know. The mast is another 1,000 or more. No access. Cameras, batteries. Chemical battery. Those are there's a chemical battery. There's medium plutonium. I wonder what that is. I wonder if that's the thermal generator. Yeah. We'll probably just go right for the solar array, I think. Medium rover uses that. Medium rover. That's the solar array for a medium rover. I wonder how much it would cost to get into a medium rover. That's 2,000. It's 2,500. 3,000. 3,350. 4,000 to get into a medium. Oh wait, that's 6,000. So we're probably looking at making maybe another 12,000 or so. We would definitely have to get into a smaller rover, I think. We definitely need a smaller rover. That's just the research. Then you've got to buy it and you got to build it when you get into the place. Mobile chassis. That's 1,000. 1,250, 1,300, 1,600. We're talking 3,000. 3,000. So maybe we've got to make another. Another 2,000 or 3,000. So we'd probably want to have some instrumentation depending on what we're going to be doing. Well, let's go back to the map. I guess let's go hit this crater again. Actually, you know what we could do? Let's hit the poles. We'll probably just end up. We can't do the pole there. Gotta unlock some stuff. Oh, here's some explorers. Probably. That's got an EAS, which we can. I think we can do that. There's a probe EAS, so we'll use that one. And while that's doing that, that's already in our area right there. Actually, well, let's see. Let's just take a look at the instrumentation. Now I'm wondering, just out of curiosity, we can capture gas anywhere, but we already seem to be in an area, and I don't know if. See, it kind of covers the whole area. If you, I don't think we can. We might be able to. No, we can't really back up far enough. But it's like a very large area, so it doesn't really matter. We can take a look at that. See, it's this whole round area to capture the gas. If we look at, we don't want to unassign the mission. Science mission. mission details. We've got the Explorer. All you've got to do is analyze the EAS equipment. And it might help to get my microphone down here. Actually, I'll put it back up while I'm snagging out. I don't know why my take on Mars messed up again. Why did it do that? Why is it doing what it's doing? I don't know, but I can solve that problem right there. So, we've got that done. Now there's another EAS capture over there, but we can't reach that because we're not in that zone. But if we had a rover, we could drive over there maybe and make more money. It would be nice to get to the meeting. There is some exploration on Deimos, which I don't think we can. I'm not sure if we can do that. And while this thing just continues to roll here. 3,500, not a lot of money yet. We just have to keep cranking out these explore missions. Making sure that's all that it is, and use the probe basic for that. could fly a zero-G probe out here, it looks like, doesn't it? In fact, if we had a zero-G probe, we might be able to do all of the missions out here. Oh, this is going to take a while to land. Kind of looks like the moon. So we got our Explorer. Oh, look at that thing tumble. Oh my gosh, the thing's gonna be tumbling out here for quite a while. Is it even going back down? Wonders whether or not it's starting to go back down. Well, it's gonna be up here for a while. Oh, we've got almost 3,000. Let's go back to Mars. Let's see if we can do any explore down here. We've already landed there. There's Gale Crater. Oh, there's Gusev Crater. All missions in that location have been completed. Really? I don't remember doing all those. Let's take the EAS probe out there. Gale Crater's where we're gonna do our main manned mission if we ever get the equipment eventually. Definitely gotta get a rover out here though. Now we switch to our instrument mode here. And I have to wait until this thing is, it says it's ready. I don't know that. I think it's stuck. So our mission is to use the EAS to capture, do a gas analysis of the atmosphere. doesn't show the EAS on there yet. It could be because it hasn't found it. You have to, sometimes you get into an area and then it will reveal other things that you can do, like the photo. See, he's already entered the Explorer. Now it says he's got to that's, I believe that's the ground camera. I don't think he's moving. Instruments ready. I shouldn't have spent money on that lander. I should have bypassed the lander and spent 300,000. No mission assigned. Oh, we got a lot of notifications here. Oh, that's our research. See a weather warning. Now we get our solar. $1,354. Let's go get this mobile chassis. And before we research it, we probably would want to make sure that that's what we want. And it takes 10 hours. I skipped 1 hour. I gotta skip another hour and then 8 hours. That should get us our lander. Kaiser Crater has a weather warning. We got 354K. Now let's go back to the lab and see. I didn't get enough sleep last night. Yes, our rover. Oh wow, it's 1,000 to build a rover. I only got 350. Mamacita. Well, we can select it and put some other crap on here. See how much. So like there's a solar cell. Those are 10 apiece. There's your batteries. They go down there. There's Imager. Oh, it just shows you where the login goes. Click it again, it disappears. Camera. Telefocus. Batteries. See, one of those things gotta have a solar cell on top. So you've only got room for one instrument. That's an antenna. I wonder if it requires the antenna to do. Because some of the other instrumentation, like the APXS, you can put on the end of the vehicle. The EMS is not on there. I wonder if that uses. How much did that cost so far? Doesn't say. I don't know what the total price is. I did to spend a lot of money, and then we could save a game to test and then go back and load a previous one, I suppose. 1,000, another 15, another 1,000 I need to make. That's like 3 EAS trips. There's 2 there. I guess we'll have to do these 2 explore missions. And that EAS. That's just an analyze and a photo. Like if we got the probe, I mean the rover there. We gotta do all of these. I don't even know if you get money for doing these side missions. I would assume you would. could probably just go back right now while it's landing. It's still just gonna go land there. Just verify the mission here. Explore. Basic probe. Oh god. I just want the basic probe for that mission. So, my resource mod, I think it's pretty much all done. It's a major accomplishment. Oh, we've completed basic terrain mapping. We've got important for determining safe landing sites for future spacecraft and identification of places for further investigation. We still need 1,000, 1,500 or something. We do the AS, that'll get us up to almost 1,000. And then we can do we have to do all those side missions, I think. That's my guess. That. Tired. If we had to come back, we could always come back to a probe, but it can't go anywhere, so... Oh, we're still short of money. I can't... I wonder if any missions got unlocked here. Not yet. So, let's go to let's go to the pole. Let's see here. Nothing there. We really need a EAS mission. EAS photo. I gotta do this explore, I guess. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done those. I shouldn't have spent money on that lander. I'd crash. You can't fly it manually. There's just no way. I could see taking a rover over there would take a while. It'd take a long time. We might have to do. Yeah. It takes a while to get into all of this at the beginning. Now we've got 167 over that amount. But we have to have equipment. We might almost have enough to do a photo op if there's something else out there. I don't know. get a solar cell. Get a basic battery. I think this is the front over here. That's the solar cell. Oh, the price is down there on the bottom. I wish we had the APXS on here. I think there's a place for it. It's on the back of the unit. We're up to 1,036. See, there's a space back there. We can put 2 more batteries in. That's a pretty good little rover. So I'm looking for that APSX system. It has something to do with testing, like a spectrometer. I didn't see that in any of the objectives. Let me go back and look at the objectives. See, there's some optional stuff there. That's the EMS. You have a lot of stuff for that. Radiation detection. Alpha particle X-ray spectrometer. I don't know if that's a singular instrument. I'd have to have a color camera, soil analysis, and the APXS. I think the only thing, well, there's EMS. there's nothing. You've got to have Martian terrain. You've got to have all this other stuff with that APSX. This is the only one. Soil analysis probe. The color camera. Where the heck was I? Planetary history. Yep. Solar scoop drill system. You can only land there so many times, you know, on that same place. This one would probably be a good one to take the that has an EAS. I bet we could take the close detail. We'd have to have EAS on that. Rover. I think it's all it's got room for it. Wait. Yeah, I can make a rover now. I think. We've got the solar panel. So power sources. I guess we click on the right here. Let's put our batteries in. There's 3 batteries. Solar cell. We've got a choice of cameras. Let's use the telefocus. Basic imager telefocus. See, if we put the low gain antenna there, we'll have a problem. That should do it. So this will be we'll call him Esau for the EAS. It doesn't have that EMS. I don't know. go back. I don't know if we can access the... Yes, we can actually. There's the environmental analysis station. It says we already have this. Why can't I install it? There's the APSX. That's 150. It says we already have that. Manage. Oh, load existing vehicle. I don't know. The EMS doesn't show up on here as a choice. Let's go do our first rover mission. I don't want to go to Gale Crater yet. We'll do this one here. Now, it'd make more sense to do this and go down into the crater than the other way around. Whether or not we can get down into that crater. Yeah, we should be able to right there. It'll be interesting. We should make a lot of money from this one. This one mission. Choose vehicle. Last edited. Now we could probably get a little bit more. Okay, I guess that looks good enough. Yay! We get to launch our first little rover. Woohoo! Now we can do... Oh, look where all the side missions are. Oh my god, they're like way over there. Oh, that's a long ways. We'd have to go like around... Go to the outside and go around, I think. We'll probably start with that one that's over there and work our way to the left. I think it's doable. I think it's very doable. Oh, the fun begins finally. Now there's a trick here. You can hold the W key down and drive them around, or you can use the controls and just hold the button or press the button and it should go on our own. Hopefully we get extra credit for all these other missions. Oh, look at little Esau. He's way out over on the end over there. Let's bring him out. Oh, there's a mass system, but we don't have a mass system. Oh, wrong way, see? Our first tracks on Mars. Woohoo! Let's go to the mission details before we go anywhere here. Oopsie daisy. Oh wow, look at the money we get to make now. So we've got to explore the designed area of interest. Oh, because we've got a rover, we've got extra missions from the rover too, believe it or not, I think. So we can see the closest one here. And we're not in the instrument mode. Let's see. There were some other missions way over there, I remember, but I only see one over here. So we're gonna try to do what we need to do. And we're gonna watch our power level. And away we go. And we can all do this with the mouse. Just click on that. This is nice flat terrain too. Oops, he stopped. Not quite sure why he did that, but that's okay. It's kind of hard to see, like in the camera. It doesn't. That's a telephoto, but I don't know quite how to zoom in. Oh wait, just a second. I don't. Crap. I'm not quite sure how to work that camera. We've got an EAS on board. That's it. I don't know why it's doing that. Every time I hit that key. See, I want to be able to look around, but I can't do it because if I hit the key, it won't stay locked. Once I set the camera, I can't do anything. I can't move around. Takes a while to get over there on it. Wait just a second here. Yeah, it won't stay in that locked position unless if I push the button and leave the mouse out. Charge, drain rate. My charge is 16 watts right now. And it's draining at 24. Let's see what happens when I stop. So it's charging at 1.6 watts right now. I don't know why the camera is moving. It's probably windy. The charge rate is very slow. I mean, you get a rover out here, you send him out, then you've got to go somewhere else, or you can't really send out another rover. All those extra side missions are way out there. I'd have to follow that crater around to the left. I have to follow it all the way around. He's getting pretty close here. So it's probably a photo op, or, well, we get 600,000. Let's see. There's a major task. Enter the defined area and take care of all of the tasks. So let's see what we've got here. So you can see some other missions came up here. So now we've got quite a few things going on. Mission. So the first task would be an EAS, right where we're located, and it says it's ready. And you can see the circle there. It's like a wide dome area. And we're in that, within that zone. It's a little bit smaller now than, because we're here with a probe, and I mean a rover. And you can, like when you're in the editor and you put a probe, or I mean a lander or a rover down, you can get extra, it'll develop its own extra missions. Next task, collect photographs. Alright, so we've got, there was a photograph. Okay, but then we have to go to our nav. There's a red one over there. And then the photograph just brings up the photo, and it will show you whether it's red or green or whatever. So we know it's over there. And I've had some problems with these red ones. So let's see if we can get over there. And I don't know. Oh, we've got one of them already, because it was in the green. So my question is, how do you zoom in with this? Because this is supposed to be a zoom camera. Let's see here. Let's go to save game. Always good to save your game, in case you lose power or something. Let's go to keybinds. Zoom in is mouse wheel. Vehicle. Cycle HUD mode. Radial is space. It doesn't say anything about how to zoom the cameras. Oh, that's the HUD mode up there. Oh, look what came up here. Oh, that's strange. Oh, that's the one I just... Where did I go? Oh, that's the one I took over here. Oh, we got some more things loaded up here. Right in this area. That's interesting. That must have just happened. Let's save this. I'm not quite sure how that happened. But there's another opportunity over here. Let's get the camera up. Oh, look. Interesting. There's another picture there. It's green there. See that? No, wait a minute. It's over here to my left. No, there's one right in front of me. I think I just took that, though. Maybe it says I'm too close. See, it says far over there on the left. It could be on the other side of this rock, too. I have to turn around. Oh, we're not on the telefocus. See that little red spot up there? I'm going to turn this ship around here in a minute. No, I don't know exactly. There's a photo there. So there's different cameras. This is a color camera. There's a telephoto. But I can't seem to... I can't seem to zoom in. I don't know why. Oh, there was 2 pictures there that I had to take. was another picture over here. It's not coming up green now. It's red there. I don't know. Oh, it's coming up green there. It came up green right there. Now, I don't know if I can take a... I don't believe I can take a picture out here. There it is. No, it says there's no mission assigned. And the reason for that is because if you go out here, you see there's nothing here, but you go to this, the standard HUD mode, and then it will pick up, it will give you more missions in the area. This is all just from this rover. It's not from... The rover creates its own missions. So that one's 80 meters, that's 125, this one's 40. Let's go over to this one that's 40 over here. And we'll pick up some more stuff. That's just in this area. And so far they've only been photo. I haven't seen any EAS assignments yet. Coming up pretty close here. Now we've got a photo op there, I guess, right in front of us. Bring up the camera. And there's the green box. It's not in the, quite in there. It says it's got to be a color picture. I don't know why. When I took the picture, it grays out. I'm not sure why it does that. Of course, it's red there. That's Attila wide. I don't know. Let's go back. Let's go out. You see, there's some red squares there. And it might be that the red squares are showing up. And that photo op's in behind that rock somewhere. We've got to be really careful going over these. The rovers are pretty sensitive. They're not very forgiving. There we go, we're on a nice little hill here. There's our photo op right there. Oh yeah. No, it says there's no mission assigned. Whether or not we're making extra money or not, I don't know. Oh, there's a little green spot right there. Now I wonder... See, this is where I need the telephoto. It's up in the air. So I might be able to... If I'm really careful. I don't see... Oh yeah, it's way up there. I don't think... Crap. Oh my gosh, come on. I can't... I cannot get access to that picture right there. It's in a funny spot. Wait just a second here. I might be able to get to it over here on this rock. Oh, it's showing up red now. Oh, it's green. I think you can climb up here. That looks really good. He's just a little off kilter though. Oh, it's close. It's close. The rover's pretty versatile. Just have to be really careful with it. No, that's like almost perfect. No, I don't know how to zoom though. Oh, you know what? It's a telephoto. It doesn't zoom. Oh, I got the photo. I got it. It was right in there. It was right in there. I got that little photo with the telephoto. That is sweet. Let's see what else we've got here. There's something 14 meters away. It may have showed up after I took that little photo. I may have discovered something else. Okay, he's probably... It's in the green, but there's another one there. Well, that's interesting. can't seem to get access to this one. Wait a minute, I might be... Oh, I was still in the telephoto. That's why. That's why. Let's go back to the standard HUD here. There's another one there. God, that's up in the air too. On the other side or something. Oops, maybe? I just went by it. I don't know if I can hit that one. Yeah, I got it. Excellent. Oh, I brought this up again. It's not the same pictures, is it? There's something 10 meters away over here. Hopefully we're making extra money, you know what I mean? I don't want to be taking pictures for nothing. Let's find out. Now what we could do, there's no way to shut this down, but we can stop it. Oh, he's charging up a little bit. Let's go back and see what we've got. We'll save it first here. Because we did a lot of work, I don't want to lose it. I think I want to come back to this rover though. So we've got 11:35. I think we're on Victoria Crater. Connect to vehicle. So I'll do this photo op here. And then we'll see. So there's some other aspects of the photo. It's not just a little square. There's another red square over there. So we've got to be at a certain position here to grab that photo. There we go, just like that right there. And that should do it. So we got 20,000 for taking that picture. Now I'll let him sit here for a minute. And let's see if we had 1130 something and I just did 20. Yeah, it did go up. That's 1155 right now. And we're on Victoria Crater with this guy. Now we'll bring up the nav cam again. And we've got another opportunity back here. There's a photo op over there. And it's green. right in the middle. I'm not quite sure what happened there. There might be other pictures here. Or on the other side or something. We're not seeing... We're not in the right location here. So if he turns around, he gets access to the green there. But I don't know what's going on there. I don't know why it grays out like that. Alright, that was 20 there. We had 1155. And it's up to 1200, so we are making money. Definitely. It's not a lot, but there's money to be made. And I can see at some point here, like, he's at half power level. Like, I could stop the stream, you know, and maybe go out and do some work or something. And then, oh, there's a sample here. There's something else here. That's an instrument. Oh, look at that. Atmosphere EAS. It says that right on the dome. Nice. Now I wonder how much money we'll get from that. Atmosphere. So, you know, we could use that as an indicator for to say, okay, there's this small area that's got we need to test it for atmosphere, and then say, okay, well, this area is a methane pocket, and once he's done here, I'll show you something. We could say that, okay, we found a methane pocket because we're testing for the EAS. We made 35,000, which is okay. We'll hit the map and hit resources. We'll zoom in on our location here and then hit resources, and that brings up a grid. Well, it's supposed to bring up a grid. It does, actually. It's hard to see. So now we can say, we can see the grid here, barely. And in that grid right there, there's a certain amount of atmosphere or whatever available. It's like 1,000 units or something. But a methane pocket, the way to say that you get more methane in that area is you use your refinery. When you refine the atmosphere, you're picking up a higher percentage of methane versus CO2 or whatever else is in that area, because the methane's coming up out of the ground, and it's not in the atmosphere. It's in the atmosphere because it's coming up out of the ground. So you use that grid only has so much. So you would use that whole grid to extract the methane, and you get a higher relation of hydrogen, and you pick up some carbon in the process, and you can convert the carbon to convert the methane, connect it to another compound, mix the two, and you can release the carbon and get more hydrogen. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do. It's a matter of, how do you say, well, this is here and that's there, because you have a rover which comes down in a drop and says, okay, now I got a rover now. Now I know how to explore this grid and take advantage of it. So that's pretty cool. And you have to kind of design that into the simulator. So now we've got another. There's a lot of nearby opportunities here, it seems. I'm kind of wanting to clear this whole area if I can. And the other thing is there's effects that you can kind of recycle, like kind of keep them going every so often, like the methane pocket will come up every so often. I think that would be cool. I gotta work on that maybe at some point. How to get the. Now see, there's just a little red square here, but I don't believe it. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. That is a really small square, and I don't see any other X's here. I might be able to grab that. Yeah. It doesn't have to be centered. It's just got to be within that square thing, I think. Looks like we're over here. So 5 pitches, we've made 100,000. Our chemical battery level's going low. I wonder if the charge rate charges up that chemical battery. And it's I don't see the sun out here anywhere. So there's a photo op up here. And that other green thing disappeared. And that's 40 meters away. The other green thing disappeared, which is kind of interesting. I don't know why that would have disappeared. There's a red one over there. We might have to be on the other side of this. We have to go over here though. And you have to turn into it because the camera is okay. That's interesting. There's still red here. It's a flat screen, so it should show up on the other side. I might have to go up over this hill. This is I don't know, this is hard to find here. They're not turning green. Oh, that one's turning green. I don't know why I'm not being able to grab that. It's green out here. Oh, you know what it could be? No, it's not. I don't know. I do not know. Well, let's turn around again. We're using up a lot of power on this one. Yeah, I don't know now on this. I do not know. I wonder if I have to be in that place where it says the camera is. I went everywhere here. I'm gonna run out of power pretty quick. Oh, I just got a notification. Low power draining. No, it's not working. I want to go up on top of this hill where I was before. I don't know. Yeah, that's red. There's green. So you might have to be far away. No, see, it's not red. It's not turning green on for me. Every one of those are green. And I'm not getting a picture. Oh, I almost had a green. You know, it might be... There's one. I got that one, I think. You have to be... Okay, so what it is that you've got to be in a really picky, a very close range, a certain angle on the picture to get it. Oh, great, we've got an analysis. I'll do this analysis and then I'm going to stop the stream and let it charge, and maybe I make me a lunch or something, and I don't know what I'm going to do yet. There's something red there. I see a red square on the bottom. Right there. Let's see if the circle comes up here for the atmosphere. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Something should come up here. It's probably the EAS, but it's not showing up on, oh, the instrumentation. That's why. That's why. See how small that circle is? You gotta be right in here. I keep forgetting what I'm supposed to do, right? Oh, interesting. Take on Mars. I'm surviving on Mars with my little rover, Esau. So, I'm wondering about that chemical battery. It's right there about where the B is, and I'm wondering if the chemical battery charges. I can see the power level going up, but we got 10,000 for that. Not really a lot. Not really a lot. But that's okay. There's all kinds of opportunity right in this area. There's another photo. There must be another one here. I can see the little red squares. It's probably on the other side. Round and round he goes. Well, he's got to turn into it to see the green. I don't know. Oh, I got it. I got that one. I got that one. Cool. I got all three of those. Nice. Oh, wow. We cleared this whole area. We actually cleared this area. That's 700 meters. That's down in the crater, I think. That's 150 meters. That one's 200. That's 171. Oh, there's another photo op right there. It just showed up. And that must be in the back. All these pictures that are taken, they're actually stored on your computer, and you know, if you don't want to keep them or whatever, you'd have to go in the directory and get rid of them. Oh, see that? Where it doesn't show up, but it kind of just did right there. I don't know why it's not catching. There must be another one here. I saw that one. There it is. There's a red square there. It must be on the other side. Our green is lined up with that B down there. No, it's gotta be. Artie was over here. There it is, there it is, there it is. Oh, it went into standby mode. First time I ever seen that happen. %. It goes into standby mode. Minor task complete. 100,000. Oh, I think that said something about the crater. It talks about the climate there. Oh, there's one right there if I can just get it. Oh yeah, nice. Is that all the pictures? Just another photo up here. That's probably on the other side. Oh, it's right there. Yes. Yes. Nice. Nice. We hopefully cleared this area, right? Huh? Oh, I think we did. We got it cleared. Yep, we cleared that whole area finally. So now the closest one is probably, there's 64 meters over there. I'll just head him up in this direction. There's a chemical battery level up there. So it would make sense for him to just do the rover to do the missions as close to where he's located instead of going all around the map like I was doing earlier, showing earlier. If he had a larger rover with the big solar panels, he could probably do it. And as far as my manned mission, I guess as far as I can tell, I mean, he's got gas sampling tools on him as well as soil sampling and that sort of thing. But he doesn't know where exactly everything is. So I think it would be nice to have a rover part of his team. So hopefully I can affect that in a single player mission. If I can't, well, I don't know. Now there's a small... Oh, that was even outside of the range, and it took the picture. It might be just because the small one could mean just take any picture in that area. Now there's probably another one on the other side. So, I'm going to stop the stream and I'm going to let this guy charge and see if that chemical battery level goes up. You can see it's still going down. I didn't even do anything. And if you shut it off, if there's a way to shut off your rover or whatever, you can't get back to turn it on. Something like that, I forget. So the chemical battery level is right on the M, and we'll see what happens to that. And I'm going to stop the stream, and I'm wondering if whether or not I can go into that. I want to really anxious to try my resource mod. I think I've got what I need from the robotics to get him going. So we'll save this. I am curious about my... I could save it again. We'll leave him there. Go back to the mission control room. We've got 1455. Yeah, that's not so bad. There's a soil analysis probe. See, ideally, I guess he would have to know about the drill system, the scoop system, in order to... But he's got his... I suppose he could do the research, and then he's got that technology, and then he doesn't really have to have the rover go out and look for the stuff, although he could do it manually, I suppose. What am I on? Soil analysis. That's all researched, except for one thing here. Let's research that. That's 3 hours. So you'll have research, soil analysis. That's the APXS. See, I think if he gets the equipment, then he can add that. I could send another rover. Well, yeah, I could do another rover mission somewhere. Maybe make more money. I don't know. The APXS has got one already done. I don't know why he couldn't do that really. That's 150. 275. Oh, he's got to research this. That's in 3 hours. That's in 13 hours. So I could do... That's in 15 hours. So we could do a 4. We could do a 4 hour. And then I'm wanting to get the APXS alpha spectrometry, whatever, because that more or less identifies the different chemicals that are within your equipment's range. Oh, we got the soil analysis probe. We want this guy right here. That's research. Now we can do this. That's 15 hours. That one's already being researched. And that one, that's... So... we're talking 15 hours. There's the soil scoop system. The drill system. That's like 350. Well, he's got to do that. High steel alloy. If he gets the APXS, I don't know if there's a place on there. That's really it, isn't it? No, wait. This is chemical battery. But the rover says it's got a chemical battery in it, and I'm using a basic battery. That's interesting. I wonder if we research the chemical battery, will it improve our chemical battery usage on the rover that's already out there? That's in 2.5 hours. That's in 13 hours. I think that's it. That's way too expensive. That's way down there. There's the environmental monitoring station. And it seems like these two we need to do, and they both require a thermocouple. So we're going to do that. And I want the thermal. It's 12 hours. Oh heck, let's throw that in too, I guess. 15 hours. So let's go to skip time. 2 8-hour things here. Now it says that that rover that we got's already supposed to have EMS already on it, and there's the chemical battery. Gale crater is coming up with a gale warning, meaning it's probably not a good idea to go there. So we'll have EAS, APXS, and radiation. Let's look at the tech research here. So now we've got APXS, we've got all of that research. We've got the soil analysis probe. And I'm curious to know about that chemical battery. Let's just go back to the map real quick here. Oh, it must be nighttime there. Oh, I see. So to pass time quick, it's the only way for him to charge up. See, the chemical battery's still at M. And he's stuck there at night now. I mean, we could do stuff with him probably, but I'm worried about the chemical battery. I don't know. I don't think that charges up, I guess. So I'm gonna call it quits, I guess, and think about my mission that I'm working on. I think, I mean, as far as I'm saying, he's got everything that he needs. He's got the technology he needs to find the methane pockets now, so I'm gonna go with it, I think. I want to start my mission, check out my resource mod.